are you from like Taipei?
I'm from California. my parents grew up in Taiwan. I've been working in Taipei the last like 3 years.
Yeah, because I got the sense that director loved the city and wanted to show the aspects of.
It definitely. This movie is definitely like a love letter to Taipei. So I'm not from there, but I moved there for the first time when I was in my early 20s. So there's a lot of what I love about the city and its people is definitely reflected in the movie. Thank you.
Anyone? Yes.
Were a lot of the actors young, starting out, or have they been established?
Well, it varies. Do you want to talk about your background?
I study theater in Taipei, yeah, and I usually performance on stage. So it's my first feature film. Yeah. So.
And then some of the other actors. Also, it's a mixture. So the girl, probably the most famous person is the girl she's a pop star. But this is also her first movie. She's never been in a movie before. And then the tall guy, he's not an actor at all. We found him basically on the street. This is his first movie. And the guy in the orange suit he's probably the most experienced actor, the guy with the orange suit, the main guy. He's been in a lot of movies. He's been acting since he was a kid. And he was in some like Ang Lee films. He's in a lot of Edward Yang films. And the cop is he's a pretty popular like movie actor. He's also a model. He usually looks a lot better than he does in our movie. And the old gangster, he's also an old pop star from the 70s and 80s. So it's a mixture of like inexperienced, non-actors, professional actors, pop stars.
I have a question about the release of this movie. What makes it part of the international festival versus a regular release in the regular theaters in Taiwan?
Well, in Taiwan, it was released. In a few countries, it's been released as a commercial film. So so far in Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, it'll be released next year in Japan, and then oddly enough, Switzerland and Germany. It's also been released. And then in other countries, it's a festival film, which means it doesn't have a local release like in a regular Cineplex. It's only there for festival. So in Thailand, as of now, there's no commercial release. So this is the first time it's screened, I think, in Thailand, which is for this festival, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yes.
We know that the movie title is Au Revoir Taipei, but in Chinese it's Au Revoir Taipei. So what exactly does it mean in Chinese?
Okay, well, in Chinese, well, the Chinese title actually literally translates to one page Taipei. In Chinese, the word for page sounds like the same as the word for night. So it's kind of a double meaning. So it basically means one page or one night in Taipei. Page, obviously, because it takes place in a bookstore, and then night, because it takes place on one night. But there's no way for us to translate that into English and make it sound cool. So we thought of like what, the editor thought about other ideas for like kind of things that have a few different meanings. So we thought about Au Revoir Taipei. Au revoir means good. Well, actually, it doesn't mean goodbye. It means I'll see you again, Taipei. So we thought that might be interesting just because he's learning French. It's about people leaving Taipei, and then some people, going back to Taipei too. So.
One last question.
Is there any personal inspirations for the story, or just the idea
Let's see. No, the story is pretty much like just the idea was just I guess the only thing personal about it is just thinking that Taipei could be like really romantic and cute little city. Thinking about how to create a story around that. None of the stories are very personal. Probably the story probably that is the most based on fact is probably the real estate gangster, which sounds weird actually, but that's like based on when I was, because I am not from Taipei, so when I first moved to Taipei, I was looking for an apartment, and in Taipei, you call up like these ads sometimes, like these guys answer, and you don't know if they're an agent or not, but the agents in Taipei are all like these young guys that drive all these like crazy cars with like electronic music playing. So this guy picked me up and drove me around Taipei looking for apartments, and it's really scary. So that's the closest thing to something that actually really happened in the movie. Everything else is kind of like little observations about life in Taipei, but kind of fictionalized.
Yeah, there are 3 more. Okay, please.
I'm just wondering, has this actually already been released in Taipei?
Yeah, it was released in Taiwan in March. In April.
And how was it received in Taipei?
Pretty well. It's one of the highest grossing local films, so Taiwanese films this year. But it didn't. It's nothing compared to the big Hollywood films. But it did pretty well for a local release. I think our first weekend we beat Clash of the Titans.
I was just wondering, did it, because it used kind of looking through maybe foreigners' eyes at Taipei, do you think that's really some of the appeal in the local market?
I think it helped. I mean, it helped and it hurt it because for some people it was cool that it's like a different vision of Taipei or a different type of Taiwanese film. And there are a lot of critics in Taiwan thought it was too much of a kind of westernized take on Taiwan or too much of like an outsider's take on Taiwan. So it was kind of a balance. And some people liked it for the same reason that other people hated it. So.
Right. Thank you for coming. And we have another 3 Taiwanese film, which is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Coup de Sat, which is a short film, and the other one, Can't Live Without You. So enjoy and see you again. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Thank you.